What up, YouTube? What it do? Let me say something, man, that a lot of people not really gonna be ready to hear, man. Most men only get appreciated when they gone. Not while they working, not while they're sacrificing, not while they're carrying everything and never saying a word about it. Afterwards, at the funeral, that's when people find the word. And that's a problem, man. I think that's a problem. And that's what I want to speak about right now. Think about your dad for a second, right? Or your granddad, or any man in your life who really just showed up consistently, though. You know what I mean? And never really made a big deal out of it, you know. I know we clown stepdads. Some people say step dummies nowadays, but it could have been a stepdad that was in your life who was the reason why you were great, right? And a lot of y'all didn't understand him when you were young. Maybe he was quiet. Maybe he wasn't that expressive. I had a stepdad like that. And maybe he worked late and you just thought, that's normal. And you didn't really realize what normal cost that man. And I watched my stepdad. I watched him come home from his 9 to 5, change clothes, and go run his business. He had a nightclub. Come home late in the night, wake up the next day, do it all over. He did that 6 days a week. He had real estate as well as other businesses. Right? And so when I grew up, he was a man of few words, but if we needed some words, he would give it to us. But I watched him. It's amazing how much young men watch the men around them. Whether it's a gangster, whether if it's a working man, fireman, police officer, military guy, whatever. Young men watch the men around them and they really pay attention. But then every man comes to a fork in the road, or every man comes to a point in time in his life where life puts a weight on your back. And maybe he was quiet, maybe he didn't say anything about it, maybe he wasn't that expressive, maybe he worked late and you just thought it was normal. You didn't know what it cost him. Responsibility, and when people really depend on you, when you're taking care of a household, sometimes things shift. And all of a sudden, you can hear that voice in your head, or your dad, or your grandpa, and then you start doing things he did. I know I catch myself doing things. I be like, damn, I remember when I was a kid, man. I remember my dad, kind of deja vu, seeing my dad do maybe some of the same stuff that I now see myself doing. And you think, oh, damn, he wasn't cold. He wasn't disconnected. He wasn't trying not to get up with me, but he was tired. He was carrying something, you know what I'm saying? And he never put it down, you know. My dad always worked, my dad was a firefighter. So he always worked firefighter and always had a second hustle. Like he done that for, 20 years, retired early, but he put the work in. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the true value of $1 when I was a kid. I just wanted to wear the name brands. I wanted to wear the FUBU. I wanted to wear the Nautica. I wanted to wear when the platinum FUBU came out. You did. I didn't understand the value of $1. If your parents took you to Mervin's or Burlington Coat Factory, you feel what I'm saying? You probably, you know what I'm talking about? You probably ain't understand what the cost was. You did. But that comes with wisdom. That comes with age. That comes with life. And for a lot of people, man, that time clicks. That memory, you know what I'm saying? And for some people, it's too late to tell our dad, oh, I appreciate your dad. I appreciate your grandpa. I appreciate your papa for being the person that you was. You really set the stage for us, the following generation. So it may be too late for a lot of people to say that. And it's just a realization that comes like instead of a phone call, you got to do a grave visit. You know what I'm saying? And that part is painful. Not being able to tell somebody how much they meant to you or how much influence they had over your life before they pass away. You know what I'm saying? We all have lived with that level of regret because we never can express the words to the people that really matter to us. It's never really an amount of words we can say. So we'll always feel like there was things left unsaid. And so here's what a lot of men experience. But never really say out loud. Like, you can be a provider. You can provide everything. Everything. The house, the bills, the stability, the security. And a man can still feel invisible. Because at some point, the man stops being a person the man stops becoming a person and just starts to feel like a function. He's just the wheel that makes everything go, that makes everything turn. He's not dad or he's not husband anymore. He's the car note. He's the reason the lights stay on. You know what I'm saying? And as long as those things are handled, everything is fine. But let me say this, man. The moment the money gets tight, the dynamic usually shifts. You see it, I've seen it, y'all seen it. And the respect that was there when things was good starts to feel a little bit conditional. Right? When things, you can't go eat out as much, or you feel what I'm saying? You can't take this many vacations this year. But I mean, things start to become a little difficult for a lot of men. And so for a man who's showing up every day, starts to wonder, damn, did any other hard work mean anything? Does anything that I do actually mean anything other than being just a basic functional piece to this whole thing that we call family? Or is he just a means to an end? Is he just a paycheck to have a couple of kids to then burn off to get some child support? Or is he just, what is it? But that goes back to what I talked about in another video, knowing who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's not bitterness, you know. That's a real question that a lot of men are sitting with now. You know what I'm saying? And nobody is really answering that question. Because you got to remember, men aren't really given space to process anything. A lot of time from the jump, men are taught, you got to be strong, got to man up, you got to handle it. So what does a man do? He handles it. He tries to be the problem solver. He buries a lot of the stress that comes with everyday life, at the job, at the side hustle, at home, whatever. But he keeps producing because that's what's expected of a man. And he does so without making it anybody else's problem, unless that person is making it a problem. And y'all know what he does over time? It makes him invisible. Not because he disappeared, because the man is still there. He's still there laying next to his woman. He's still showing up every day. The bills get paid. But his pain is invisible because the exhaustion is invisible. That man might be tired. That man might be burned out. That man might be stressed. His need to just hear somebody say, hey, I see you. You've been holding it down. Like, I appreciate you saying that. Hey, this is a beautiful house we living in. I appreciate you. I'm saying sometimes a man feels invisible when he's not acknowledged for those things. And so the comment that stuck with me the most, man, came straight from somebody who saw, it was a Charleston White clip that I saw. And it was from a Charleston White clip. And it was, all I ask is for peace. That's it, man. Not trophies, not a parade. Peace, man. And as basic and as simple as that sounds, that's the conversation. You know what I mean? Some sign that the sacrifice that man is making is landing somewhere. Whether it be with his kids, whether it be with his woman, whether it be with his step, whatever, bro. Whatever your situation is, bro. Because everybody live their own life, man. Everybody's circumstances is different. And so a lot of men, we're not really asking for much, man. A lot of men are just asking to not feel like they're pouring into a bucket. They got a hole in it, man. That's it. Real quick, man, if y'all feeling the conversation, man, drop some comments. Tell me what you think about it. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know it's gonna help your boy grow. I want to really connect with y'all, man. I really want to put together I really got some big things planned for a lot of my guys that connect with me, man. And so we're going to keep these conversations going, and we're going to keep the conversations live, man. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, man. It's your boy B Straight. So look, here's what I want to get real with. So this is what I really want to talk about, man. For the women, if you got a man in your life, a father, if you got a man in your life, man or woman, it could be your dad, your brother, your partner, your husband, your friend, who show up in your life, who is carrying something for you, a burden. If that person is getting a burden off your back, who that person is handling some business without complaining, that you benefit from, man, don't wait. Don't wait until the eulogy when that man have a heart attack or a stroke from cholesterol or whatever caused the man's funeral, man. Don't wait till that time to find words for that man. You know, Don't wait until the casket closed to talk about how much that person meant to you, because grief says what gratitude was too lazy to say. Grief says what gratitude was too lazy to say. And that's deep, bro. And that really should bother y'all, man. Because a phone call, a simple conversation, that's all a lot of men is waiting on. Women, a lot of men, if you just acknowledge that man, saying everything he been doing, man, that could change the game for you. Not a standing ovation, just a simple acknowledgement. They say the best things in life are free. Just proof that the sacrifice that man been making, it's not to say that you ain't been making no sacrifices, the kids ain't been making sacrifices, but you know, as the man is the head of the household, man, and the man should carry the burden, the stress, the man should bear most of the weight. That's our duty. So that's why I say this, because the darkest version of this, and Charleston White said this in the clip, is that some men start to feel like the only way they being appreciated is when their presence is gone. Think about that. That's not a place you want. That's not a place you want a man to get. That's a warning sign we need to all pay attention to, man. But anyway, drop me a comment. Like I said, man, this your boy B Straight, and I'm gonna get at you on the next one.